This is the second part of my video. The first one was the unboxing, and now I'm going to actually try out the Orbi, which model is this? The AX6000 or the Wi-Fi 6 model. Now, I already did a video on the Eero, and I ended up returning that. I wasn't satisfied with it. And I kind of broke down, and I really want to try this one out, and I'm hoping that this one works for me. So I'm coming from the AX3000 model, which is the Wi-Fi 5. And this is what I'm looking to actually upgrade. And I'm hoping that the Wi-Fi 6 is, I'm hoping I get further range, longer distance from my home. There's about, I'm going to say about 2 acres that I want covered. Right now with my Wi-Fi 5, I have coverage. The internet speed here is, I believe it's 120 down and 20 up. So I want to keep some large percentage of that. So I'm going to be testing both of them and trying them both out. So I'm going to be showing you from close up and from far away the distances that I get between my Wi-Fi 5 and this new Wi-Fi 6, and see if it's even worth the upgrade and the cost. And I got to tell you, it's $1,000. That is Cisco price router and switch devices. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's very expensive. So this better do very, very well and better impress me. So I set up this table kind of to show you the setup that it has. The information will be below. Wi-Fi 6, 802.AX, WPA3, tri-band mesh. Now, one of the difference between the Eero and a lot of the mesh systems out there compared to the Orbi is that the actual Orbi, they're tri-band, but they technically have 4 bands to them. So they have a backhaul, which allows communication wirelessly between each device. And that's all that the backhaul is used for. No one can see it. And then it has 2 5 gigahertz lines for data for users and the 2.4 for older devices. So it doesn't use any of the lines used for data for their backhaul, which is it's supposed to make a big difference overhead wise. Whereas with my Wi-Fi 5, the way it is, so this is my Wi-Fi 5, the way this works is actually, and we're just looking at this side right here, it actually has this. So it'll have one backhaul, which communicates between the devices, and a 5 gigahertz and a 2.4 gigahertz, okay? Whereas, so that's the way the Wi-Fi 5 works, and it does a pretty good job doing that. Another thing is that with the Eero, with the one I purchased, the way that worked, to my understanding, with the way the wireless signals work, what it has was it actually just had this setup, which only had 3 lines, and there was no real, to me, there was no real backhaul. Usually users don't see the backhaul. That's a whole other thing that, what I've learned in the Cisco networking, the backhaul is usually used between actual routers and switches. So the user really doesn't make any physical connections to that. So the way the Eeros and the other tri-bands, of what I've seen and heard, they work more like this, and their backhaul is really using a portion of one of the 5 gigahertz signals. So they have that. So technically you only have 2 signals that are dedicated to data, and then a certain portion of the last line, not a full 5 gigahertz signal. So that's the difference too between this Orbi and the other units, and that's probably why they're so expensive, is because of that specific dedication to one backhaul. Now, one interesting thing I read, which was really interesting to me, because I actually have them in my home, the Wi-Fi 5, only wirelessly communicating from the router to the satellites to each other. I never actually used an Ethernet backhaul, which is written there, which allowed you to plug in, like the Eero would reduce the overhead of the backhaul by connecting the Eero physically to a switch or something, and they would make the communication hardwire-wise. So if you have a gigabit switch, they would communicate better that way. I was reading, which was very interesting, the Orbi actually degrades the signal, the backhaul signal, when you actually do that. So supposedly with them, you can do that. You can run an Ethernet line, and the backhaul will go through the Ethernet line. And then I don't think the wireless signal is used at all. supposedly you get longer range if you're further away. So you can get, I believe that Ethernet goes over 300 feet away. So if you're 300 feet away and you're running one line, you'll get a better backhaul signal than if you're going wirelessly. That's the only thing I see good, because according to the articles I've read, you're better with the backhaul dedicated to communicating among both router and satellite, not actually using an Ethernet cable. So I'm not going to test that. That's just something I read and I found it interesting. I thought anything physically connected would always work faster and better, but maybe not in this instance. I'm going to set it up and let you know how I feel about it. I'm going to put this behind my Wi-Fi 5. So basically I'm just running, because I don't want to change the whole configuration yet. So I'm going to make it harder for it to prove itself. And that's, I'm going to actually run the router behind this router on the Wi-Fi 5. And I'm going to see if I can get better signals. My whole biggest thing is really not going to be internet. I don't see, I mean, I may get better. Oh, you know what? Let's just check. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm looking for distance and to continue to at least get some kind of at least 10 megabits up and down. That would be the best. And I want to see which one does it best. So let's go to setting them up. I tried the inside. I used it. The Orbi 6 and the Orbi 5. I kept switching back and forth, trying out different things. Can't really see a difference with the websites or if there's any latency issues. They all tended to be the same. They just worked, they both worked well. They had no issues whatsoever in regards to communication. Now, I just want to let you know that I am testing the Wi-Fi 6 with 2 additional satellites, which means it's 3 units altogether. I did a video. This is the Orbi Wi-Fi 5. This is the outdoor version. This is what gives me a signal outside. Now, on my Wi-Fi 5, I have absolutely no coverage issues whatsoever, because just to try it out, I added additional satellites. So I have a total of 8 satellites. I'm sorry, not 8 satellites, 8 units or 7 satellites. So I have the router itself. Let me see, I'm going to show you a picture. So this is the first diagram, the network map diagram, and it's showing my Orbi as my router, one satellite in the dining room, one satellite in the guest room, one satellite outdoors, which is this unit right here that I was just showing you. And on top, if you tap here to see additional satellites, you will see additional satellites for the master bedroom, dining room, guest room, playroom, and then you can see the outdoor one in the router on top. Now, I've tested all of them. They all work fine. They're all, communicating with each other. I've done physical wire connections just to test them to make sure they're actually getting on the internet and that there is a backhaul connection between the satellites. So they are all working. I tested them. And when I set them up and I added an additional 4 satellites just to see if it worked. They weren't special. So I purchased them. I bought these satellites used. I think I ranged from $50 to $100 depending on what unit I was getting, on what model. So I just did it more to test it and to have them as backups, because I thought the Wi-Fi 5 Orbi satellite system worked so well. I just wanted to make sure I always had a backup. So once I set them up, because they work so well, I just left them up and they've been working excellent. I have 6 on the first floor and 2 in the basement and 1 outside. This outdoor unit has a light underneath it. It's really cool. It's very expensive. That I didn't get used. That was too expensive. I was going to try it out and hopefully returned it if I didn't like it, but that thing just kept it kept working. So I tested the actual Wi-Fi 5 unit all the way out there. There's a road over there right at the edge, and it worked all the way up to there before, so we're going to try it again. So I'm going to measure the distance between my home and the satellite unit. Now, this is my garage, and on the other side, I have the Orbi Wi-Fi 6 is sitting right behind this wall. It's just one wood panel, no kind of insulation or anything. So it's basically just wood. It's going right through. There is no R rating. So the signal gets out really well. And then I have on the other side is the outdoor one, which is right here. This will be the Wi-Fi 5. And I'm going to see how far I can go and see how well each unit works. Like I said, latency wise, usage wise, so far they're kind of the same. I can't still justify it, $1,000 cost for that. It needs to blow me away. So let's see if I can get the distance I want. Like I was saying earlier, the latency and the use of websites and Netflix and stuff, I don't see a huge improvement. I guess I can get granular and I could get down into some kind of analytical tool to see the benefits, but really in just regular usage, I just don't see it. So again, it's $1,000 piece of equipment. It's $1,000, very expensive. Now I'm going to try my final look at it. I used it, I tried it, it works. But the other one works fine too, the Wi-Fi 5. I just can't see the reason for switching over. Now, the bad and good is that 99% of my devices have Wi-Fi 5 type of NIC or Wi-Fi cards. This is the iPad Pro 4. This has the Wi-Fi 6 newer technology to take advantage of that. So does my phone. But for everything else, it does it. Now, I have about, I'm going to say about 8 cameras. And again, I'm not seeing the huge improvement difference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it one final look at and test my own personal test. And, you could do your own. And I'm going to try distance. So right now, I test how far out I get. Now, like I showed you, I have the outdoor one on the side of the garage, which did a pretty good job in getting me right up to the road. It's not great signal, but I can still connect to my network. So I'm going to test it and go as far as I can go to see how both of them. This is a non-scientific test. I'm an amateur, I'm a regular guy, and what I'm doing is I'm setting up my iPad Pro to do a speed test. So right now I'm connected to the Wi-Fi 6 right up to the garage. And let's see the internet. Now my internet's not that great either, so just to give you the heads up on that. And what I mean by not that great, it goes up and down. It's not as stable as I wish it was. So that was the Wi-Fi 6. Let's go to the that was the Wi-Fi 5. Wi-Fi 5. Now let's try the Wi-Fi 6. This is the Wi-Fi 6. And both doing about the same. I'm going to use my 100-foot measuring tape to measure the distances. We'll go by hundreds until we go as far as we can't pick up either signal. So that's was the Wi-Fi 6, which this is pretty much my upload and download. My upload is usually 20, and what I pay for is 20, and what I pay for download is 150. We are 100 feet away, approximately, from the garage. And this is the Wi-Fi 5. The Wi-Fi 5 speed test. Feet away. This is the Wi-Fi 6 speed test. Wi-Fi 6. A little better. Okay. Okay, that's good. Pretty good. So that was the Wi-Fi 6 speed test. Now let's go. Got more way to go. A lot of area to cover. Now we're 200 feet away, and we're testing the Wi-Fi 5 at 200 feet away. We're still picking up signal, that's for sure. ...200 feet away, the Wi-Fi 5. and the upload is suffering. Okay, so that's the Wi-Fi 5. Let's go to the Wi-Fi 6 at 200 feet. Well, it looks like it's doing much better at 200 feet than the Wi-Fi 5. Wi-Fi 6 at 200 feet. That's pretty good for the Wi-Fi 6. That is pretty good. Alright, let's go to 300 feet. So now we're on the road, and I'm picking up the signal still for both networks, the Wi-Fi 5 and 6. And now let's test the Wi-Fi 5 speed test. Now, it's not doing well at all. Sorry about the sound, but it's very windy out here. And that is the speed test for the Wi-Fi 5 at 300 feet. Now let's try the Wi-Fi. This is the Wi-Fi 6 at 300 feet. Wow, what a difference. It is a huge difference already. Like I said, I'm picking up both signals, but as you can see, at 300 feet, the signal is much more strong on the Wi-Fi 6 than it is on the Wi-Fi 5. And the home's all the way over there. Wow, what a difference. That is really, really good compared to the Wi-Fi 5. Wi-Fi 6 at 300 feet. Let's go to 400. Now this is going to be the Wi-Fi 5 at 400 feet. We're pretty far away. You barely see the home over the hill. Wi-Fi 5 at 400 feet. Looks like it's having connection issues. It's just turning and turning and nothing is happening. At least I'm still picking up the signal, but not much of a signal. So I'm going to call it here for the Wi-Fi 5. I'm no longer getting anything. This has been turning around for at least 4 or 5 minutes now. Nothing's happening at all on the Wi-Fi 5. So we're going to give up on the Wi-Fi 5 for now at 400 feet. I can still get a signal, but not much of a signal. Now let's try the Wi-Fi 6. The Wi-Fi 6 at 400 feet. Wi-Fi 6 at 400 feet. That's 400 feet. Wi-Fi 6. I kept trying the connection error and finally get through there. Oh, that was a burst. There should be no impedance at all. There's nothing in between us, so except the hill. It's got to get over that hill. So that was the Wi-Fi 6 at 400 feet. Let's try it again. So the Wi-Fi 6 at 400 feet. I wonder if I raise it, would it make a difference? Let me raise the tablet so it's kind of over the hill and see if it makes a huge difference. Yep, 400 feet. I think I'm going to end my test here. So at 400 feet, I still get a signal with the Wi-Fi 6. Very impressive. I mean, I'm pretty far from the home, 400 feet away. And it did pretty good. You know, it still gets a signal. I don't know what you could, I guess you could read email and get some text messages. So the Wi-Fi 6, the Wi-Fi 5, I could barely get the signal. It disappeared at this distance. I can't even see it anymore to pick it up. The Wi-Fi 2, I still see it. No issues whatsoever. And it seems to do very well distance-wise. So it is strong. I mean, the signal strength is definitely strong. It's reaching 400 feet away from the home. That is a big deal. And it's giving it's a pretty decent speed. As you saw my speed test, as I went from 100, 200, 300 feet, that there was a big difference between the Wi-Fi 5 and the Wi-Fi 6 speed test and signal strength. At 300 feet, I was having a problem connecting with the Wi-Fi 5. I did connect, but still, connect, disconnect. My battery died. I think the code got to it. So I'm ending the video here. All I have to say is I'm very impressed with the distance and the strength of the Wi-Fi 6 Orbi. It not only did it reach further than the Wi-Fi 5, but the actual data throughput up and down was at least, you know, if I can rough it, maybe 30 to 40% better than the Wi-Fi 5 in download speed and upload speed. It worked really well. I mean, they really did a good job this time when it comes to this device. Now, at the end of this video, I have all details in regards to it, and you could listen to all the jargon being read off by a computer. But I'm ending the video here, and as a regular person, just to let you know, this thing is pretty fast. It is. Is it worth $1,000? I don't know. I'm still discussing this with my wife. I'm not sure. I'm really impressed. I really am impressed distance-wise, data-wise. I'm not a big deal person with the actual app, or I log in through it through the website. I don't use any of the applications that comes with it from Disney and all that stuff. I do my own thing. I have a thing over here which I use, and I had other devices that I use for security. I actually don't like to bog down the router with those things, but that's just me. I actually like physical other devices that are specialized for that, and I just stay with those. But as for the Orbi performance-wise, wow, I am very impressed. I really am. This thing is powerful. This is a very, very powerful Wi-Fi 6. Again, is it worth $1,000? That's a lot of money. So you know what? For now, I really don't want to return it. I'm going to stay with it for probably a week or two. I'm ending the video now. But even if I return it, I definitely will be buying it again when it goes on sale. Definitely. This thing does a really good job. With 3 units, you can cover a lot of area. With 3 units only, you could really cover a lot of areas. I wish, you know, if I do end up keeping one of these, I am going to kind of conjure up some kind of outdoor device and run a line so that I can have one of the satellites out in the middle of the field, so I can get a really good signal. But I guess I'll have to speak to an electrician in regards to that and containing it, since they are not waterproof. But it's a really good device. It is. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I wish it was more like $500. It would have been a keeper at $600. Definitely would have kept it. At $1,000, I'm still thinking about it. So I don't know. All right, so I hope you liked the video. I'm ending it. As you saw, I did very well outside. I'm sorry for the noise. I was trying my best to keep the wind down and only record when the wind wasn't blowing. But man, it was really cold out there, and I was really shivering. So give me some leeway in that I actually did this video in that cold weather. So I hope the video helps. I hope you liked it. Thank you. Bye.
Netgear Orbi RBK853 AX6000 Wireless Tri-Band Gigabit Mesh Wi-Fi System, 3-pack. BH number RBK853-100NAS Manufacturer's number RBK853-100NAS. Cost, $999. Purchased at B&H website, also available at Best Buy. In the box, Netgear Orbi RBK853 AX6000 Wireless Tri-Band Gigabit Mesh Wi-Fi System, 3-pack. 3x power adapters, 12V 3.5A, Ethernet cable, 6.5, limited 1-year warranty. Key features includes Orbi router and 2 satellites Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax, up to 6000 mbps total throughput 2.4 GHz 5 GHz 5 GHz, tri-band. Help ensure that your home is fully covered by high-speed wireless network access with the Orbi RBK853 AX6000 wireless tri-band gigabit mesh Wi-Fi system from Netgear. This Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax mesh system includes a router with a 2.5 GBE 1 port and 2. Netgear RBK853 Overview. What is mesh? Read more. Help ensure that your home is fully covered by high-speed wireless network access with the Orbi RBK853 AX6000 wireless tri-band gigabit mesh Wi-Fi system from Netgear. This Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax mesh system includes a router with a 2.5 GBE 1 port and 2 satellites. Each device has 8 amplified internal antennas that are designed to provide up to 3,600 mbs of bandwidth to connected devices over the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies, covering up to 7,500 square feet. A dedicated 5 GHz connection allows the Orbi router and its satellites to transfer data to each other at up to 2,400 mbs, enabling the mesh system to deliver smooth 4K video streaming and online gaming experiences to multiple devices. Each device has 4 Gigabit Ethernet ports, allowing you to connect wired devices such as smart TVs, game consoles, computers, and more. Use the Orbi app to quickly configure and manage the devices, including setting up a guest network login. You can also use Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant to issue voice commands. Fast Wi-Fi. The Orbi system supports 802.11ax Wi-Fi and is designed to deliver up to 6,000 mbs of total bandwidth across the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies, with a dedicated 5 GHz signal linking the mesh devices together. New MIMO technology, combined with implicit and explicit beamforming, allow for fast, efficient, and reliable wireless connections with devices capacity and coverage designed for large homes. The Orbi RBK853 is designed to provide Wi-Fi coverage for up to 7,500 square feet of space with up to 100 device connections. Wireless security. The wireless signal is secured with 128-bit AES encryption, and Netgear Armor provides comprehensive antivirus and data theft protection for Windows, Mac, and mobile devices. You can also set up guest logins for additional security wired connections. Each Orbi RBK853 device has 4 Gigabit Ethernet LAN ports for connecting wired devices such as smart TVs, game consoles, and computers. The router has a 2.5 GBE 1 port to take full advantage multi-gig internet speeds with compatible hardware. Achieve even higher speeds by using port aggregation to combine the one port with a Gigabit Ethernet LAN port to connect with multiple service providers. Easy setup. Use the Orbi app to quickly set up and manage your Orbi device's voice control issue commands to the Orbi system using Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. Netgear RBK853 specs connectivity Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax, tri-band, 2.4 and 5 plus 5 GHz, ports router, 1XRJ45 2.5G Ethernet, 4XRJ45 Gigabit Ethernet LAN, satellite, 4XRJ45 Gigabit Ethernet LAN, number of antennas each unit. 8x internal, amplified. New MIMO support. Yes. Beamforming support. Yes. Wireless security ease. Bluetooth none. Virtual assistant support. Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant. General throughput 6000 mbs. Total 2.4 GHz, 1200 mbs 5 GHz, 2400 mbs 5 GHz, 2400 mbs. Guest network support. Yes. Mobile operating system support. Android OS operation modes. Mesh wireless router supported. IEEE standards 802.11 AC, 802.11ax, 802.11a, 802.11b, 802.11 grams, 802.11 hardware processor. 2.2 GHz quad core memory router, 1 GB flash memory router, 512 MB NAND, Physical IP rating none. Dimensions 10.0 x 7.5 x 2.9 inches 253.4 x 191.5 x 72.5 millimeters, each unit. Weight 2.9 pounds 1.3 kilograms, each unit. Packaging info. Package weight 11.47 lb. Box dimensions, LXWXH, 12.6 x 11.6 x 8. Netgear Orbi AX6000 Tri-Band Mesh Wi-Fi 6 System, 3-pack, white model, RBK852-100NAS SKU, 6,373,082. Overview. Description. Orbi Wi-Fi 6 is a tri-band Wi-Fi system built with the fast Wi-Fi 6 technology to provide an ultimate smart home experience with Wi-Fi coverage and connection capacity beyond belief. Keep all your Wi-Fi connections strong, in every room, all the time with enough bandwidth for all your devices, multiple 4K or 8K UHD streaming video, music for your Wi-Fi connected speakers, fast online gameplay, smart lights, Wi-Fi security devices and more. Get to know your network. Are you frustrated with slow Wi-Fi speeds? Concerned about digital security, or your kid's features supports high-definition video conferencing, Zoom, Skype, WebEx, FaceTime, and more. Whether you work from home or want to connect with your friends and family, you can video conference with crystal clear audio and video from anywhere in your home. Ultimate and smart home Wi-Fi. This powerful mesh Wi-Fi system keeps all connections strong, in every room, all the time. With an upgraded Wi-Fi experience, you have enough bandwidth for your automated smart home even when running multiple 4K or 8K UHD streaming and online gaming. Stream ultra-high definition to multiple screens simultaneously without interruption. Wi-Fi 6 brings capacity beyond belief. The latest generation Wi-Fi 6 technology is faster than before and supports your device's connections for today and tomorrow with 4 times increased capacity as compared to Wi-Fi 5, 802.11 AC systems. Even with 35 to more than 100 devices on your network, your Wi-Fi is set for future needs. Performance leadership in mesh Wi-Fi. Enjoy wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling, front door to backyard, seamless, and consistent coverage in every corner of your home. Dedicated quad-stream Wi-Fi 6 backhaul allows up to 4 data streams on each band for streaming 4K or 8K video without delay even as you connect more devices. Built for gigabit internet speeds everywhere. You've paid for fast internet speeds, now experience them everywhere. Your Orbi Wi-Fi 6 system delivers gigabit internet speeds where you want to more than 100 devices on your network with total wireless speeds up to 6 GB per second. Experience blazing fast Wi-Fi speeds on all your devices. More available Wi-Fi streams mean more available bandwidth and less congestion. Innovative tri-band Wi-Fi helps maximize the internet speeds available in your home to every device. Multi-gigabit internet speeds ready. The 2.5 GB per second Ethernet port support multi-gigabit internet speeds available from service providers. Or use port aggregation to combine 2 gigabit Ethernet LAN and WAN ports for multi-gigabit speeds. Ease of setup and use. Simple setup and Wi-Fi management with the Orbi app. Create a guest network, view the connected devices, and perform speed tests right from the Orbi app. Gigabit Ethernet ports. 4 gigabit Ethernet LAN ports on each router and satellite allow you to connect more wired devices. Ideal for home offices or home entertainment areas. One Wi-Fi network. Enjoy the convenience of a single Wi-Fi name for your whole home for seamless room-to-ring roaming throughout your home. What's included? 1 Orbi router, RBR850, 2 Orbi satellite, RBS850, 1 2 meters Ethernet cable, 2 12V 3.5A power adapters. Quick start guide. Specifications. Key specs. Wi-Fi mesh system info. Yes. Number of Wi-Fi satellites included. Info 1 Number of LAN ports. Info 4 Wi-Fi speed. Info 6000 megabits per second. Works with info. Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Voice Assistant. Built-in info. General product name Orbi AX6000 Tri Band Mesh Wi-Fi 6 System, 2-pack, brand Netgear model number RBK853-100NAS color white color category white security data encryption yes encryption type info WPA, WPA2, WPA2 PSK firewall type info NAT. SPI security features guest Wi-Fi network band technology info tri Ethernet standard info 10.100.100.0 number of antennas 8 frequency band info 2.4 GHz 5.0 GHz wireless standard info AC, AX, and input-output technology info MIMO, multi-user multiple, input multiple output, Wi-Fi mesh system info yes number of Wi-Fi satellites included info 1 number of Wi-Fi satellites supported info 1 Ethernet switch info yes certifications and listings Energy Star certified info no features at compatible info yes app. Controlled info yes app name Orbi Mobile, capital A, P, capital B, E, A, M, F, O, R, M, I, N, G, capital I, N, F, O, capital Y, E, S, capital W, I, R, E, L, E, S, S, capital Y, of 1 ports info 1 port types, info ARG -45 number of LAN ports info 4 speed Wi-Fi speed info 6000 megabits per second Gigabit Ethernet speed info yes compatibility works with info Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant voice assistant build. In info not a mention product height info 10 inches product length info 7.5 inches product width info 2.8 inches product weight info 2.86 pounds warranty manufacturer's warranty, parts 1 year manufacturer's warranty, labor 1 year other UPC 606,449,146,042. Ampersand. UPC. 606,449,148,220. Whole home tri-band mesh Wi-Fi 6 system features cutting-edge performance. Get the ultimate experience with 12 streams of Wi-Fi 6 and speeds up to 6 GB per second. Enjoy 4K 8K UHD streaming, lag-free gaming and smooth streaming. More capacity, more battery life. Don't be held back by limited capacity. Enjoy more devices simultaneously with 4x the capacity than before and improved efficiency for longer battery life. Datasheet RBK852 overview. Break free from limitations with strong, reliable, and lightning-fast Wi-Fi in every room of your home. From the top floor down to the basement, Orbi tri-band mesh Wi-Fi 6 systems bring you higher performance and simultaneous Wi-Fi streaming, gaming and browsing on even more devices. The ultimate in smart home Wi-Fi gigabit speeds where you 4G need them. Don't let your home be a maze of dead zones. Get consistent speeds everywhere with tri-band dedicated wireless backhaul, 8 gigabit Ethernet ports and a 2.5 GB per second internet port. It's easy. Enjoying your Wi-Fi has never been easier. With the Orbi app, set up your Wi-Fi, customize your settings and enjoy your new Orbi Wi-Fi in minutes. Page 1 of 4. Whole home tri-band mesh Wi-Fi 6 system datasheet RBK852 house diagram. Ultimate smart home experience built for gigabit internet speeds everywhere. You've paid for the fastest internet speeds. Now experience it everywhere in your home. Orbi Wi-Fi 6 satellite blockbuster Wi-Fi stream ultra high definition to every screen simultaneously without delay. 6+ rooms up to 5000 SQFT. Orbi Wi-Fi 6 router capacity beyond belief. Next generation Wi-Fi 6 provides faster speeds and supports more devices for today and tomorrow. Performance leadership in mesh Wi-Fi 6 ultra-fast connections for all your smart home, streaming, mobile and gaming needs. 68 Orbi app. Use the Orbi app to set up and manage your Orbi Wi-Fi. Page 2 of 4 dedicated Wi-Fi 6 connection. Whole home tri-band mesh Wi-Fi 6 system. Orbi router, RBR850, router sync internet gigabit Ethernet ports. Datasheet RBK852 Orbi satellite, RBS850, sync satellite gigabit Ethernet ports. Page 3 of 4. Whole home tri-band mesh Wi-Fi 6 system. What's in the box? Orbi router, RBR850-100, Orbi satellite, RBS850-100, 2 meters Ethernet cable, 12 V3.5A power adapters, quick start guide. What do I need for Orbi to work? High-speed internet connection, connect to existing modem or gateway. Orbi mobile app physical specifications, dimensions, 10x 7.5x 2.8 in each, weight, 2.86 pounds each. Software features, router analytics, Orbi mobile app technical specifications, Orbi AX6000 router and AX6000 satellite, 2400 plus 2400 plus 1200 Mbps, simultaneous tri-band Wi-Fi radio 1, IEEE registered sign, 802.11 BGNX 2.4 GHz, 1024, CAM support radio 2, IEEE registered sign, 802.11 NAC 5GHz, 1024 CAM support radio 3, IEEE registered sign, 802.11 NAC 5GHz, 1024 CAM support datasheet RBK852, MU. Capable for simultaneous data streaming, implicit and explicit beamforming for 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. Processor, router and satellite powerful quad-core 2.2 GHz processor, memory router 512 MB NAND flash and 1 GB RAM, antenna, router and satellite, each, 8 high-performance internal antennas with high-power amplifiers, ports, Orbi router 44.10.100.1000 Mbps Gigabit Ethernet LAN ports 2.5 GB per second multi-gigabit Ethernet 1 port. 1 link aggregation by adding one of the 1 GB per second LAN ports to the 2.5 GB per second 1 port. Ports, Orbi satellite, each, 44.10.100.1000 Mbps Gigabit Ethernet LAN ports, security standards-based Wi-Fi security 802.11i, 128-bit AES encryption with PSK. Guest Wi-Fi network is easy to set up separate and secure internet access for guests. Voice control Amazon Alexa TM. The Google copyright sign. Assistant. This product comes with a limited warranty that is valid only if purchased from a Netgear authorized reseller. www.netgear.com/warranty*90. Day complimentary technical support following purchase from a Netgear authorized reseller. Maximum wireless signal rate derived from IEEE standard 802.11 specifications. Network conditions and environmental factors, including volume of network traffic, building construction, and network overhead may decrease actual data throughput rate. For regulatory compliance information, visit http://www.netgear.com/about/regulatory. For indoor use only. Netgear, the Netgear logo, Netgear armor, and Orbi are trademarks of Netgear, Incorporated. Apple and the Apple logo are trademarks of Apple Incorporated, registered in the US and other countries. App Store is a service mark of Apple Incorporated, registered in the US and other countries. Google Play and the Google Play logo are trademarks of Google LLC. Any other trademarks mentioned herein are for reference purposes only. Copyright sign, 2019 Netgear, Incorporated. Netgear, Incorporated. 350E. Plumeria Drive, San Jose, CA 95134, 1911, USA. www.netgear.com/support RBK852, 0 page 4 of 4.